Let's talk about wealth. We're going to challenge something you've probably believed your whole life. What if I told you that making money has way less to do with what you do and everything, and I mean everything, to do with who you are? So you think it's about math, about hustle, about timing, right? Well, our source material for this explainer basically says you're wrong. The argument is that all those traditional strategies, they totally miss the biggest piece of the puzzle, and that piece is your internal state. This invisible force that's actually shaping your reality long before you even lift a finger. Okay, so if it's not the grind, if it's not being in the right place at the right time, then what is it? Well, this philosophy points to one thing: your aura. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aura? What does that even mean in a practical sense? Think of it like this. Your aura is your own personal broadcast tower. It's this energetic signal that you are constantly, and I mean constantly, sending out into the world. You might not even be aware of it, but according to this way of thinking, that silent signal, that's what the universe is actually tuning into. And this really gets to the core principle here, which is basically the law of resonance. You don't attract what you chase after. You attract what you already are. Your outside world is just a mirror of your inside world. So, chasing money while deep down you feel like you don't deserve it, it's kind of like trying to find your favorite radio station by just turning the volume up. It's loud, but it's still static. You're messing with the wrong dial. So if we're all walking around with these personal broadcast towers, the big crucial question is, what exactly are you broadcasting? Is your signal pulling opportunity to you like a magnet, or is it actually pushing it away? And this is where it gets super clear, right? You're either a magnet or a repellent. It's one or the other. If you're a magnet, your beliefs, your confidence, your sense of abundance, they literally pull prosperity right to your doorstep. But if you're a repellent, well, all that doubt, that fear, that feeling of scarcity, it's creating this invisible force field that pushes away the very things you're trying to get.
And this is so, so important. The universe, or whatever you want to call it, reads your real signal, not your words, not your vision board, your actual energy. You can stand in the mirror and say, I am wealthy 100 times, but if your whole body is clenched with anxiety about paying rent, guess what your real broadcast is? It's that anxiety. It's not listening to what you're saying, it's feeling what you're feeling.
So let's just pause for a second. This is a real gut check moment. If you had to be totally honest with yourself, what are you broadcasting right now, in this very moment? Is it confidence, abundance, or is it something else? Okay, so maybe you did that gut check and you're not thrilled with the answer. Well, here's the good news. You can absolutely change the channel. But this isn't about wishful thinking. It's about training, real, practical training. So let's dive into how you actually start rewiring that inner frequency. First things first, you have to consciously decide to take back the pen. You got to recognize that so many of your beliefs about money, about success, about struggle, you didn't choose them. They were handed to you by society, by your upbringing. The real training begins the moment you say, okay, I'm done with that old story. It's time to write a new one where success isn't something you fight for. It's just your default setting. And this right here, this flips everything we've ever been taught completely upside down. We're told, I'll be confident when I get the promotion. I'll feel successful when I see the money in the bank. But this philosophy says, nope, you've got it backward. The decision to feel confident has to come before the evidence. You decide to embody that successful energy right now, and that very decision is what creates the magnet that pulls the evidence to you. So how do you do that? Here are 3 daily rituals, a sort of emotional calibration toolkit to help you rewire that signal. Number 1, an emotional audit. You literally just ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And is this feeling helping me become the person I want to be? Number 2, alignment affirmations. And these aren't just empty words. You're speaking directly to your nervous system, telling it, I am safe with abundance. And number 3, visualization repetition. This is about feeling your future self so deeply, so consistently, that it starts to feel more familiar than your current reality. All right, so as you're doing this work, what's the end goal? What does a wealthy aura even look like or feel like? Well, the source material breaks it down into 4 key elements. Think of them as the energetic skeleton of a magnetic person. So here they are, the building blocks. First up is certainty. This isn't arrogance, it's a deep, quiet confidence that people can just feel from you. Then there's calm. Frantic, chaotic energy just pushes good things away. This is about emotional stillness. Next is congruence. Super important. It just means your thoughts, your words, and what you actually do are all in sync. You're not saying one thing and feeling another. And finally, contribution. This is about focusing on being valuable and giving to others without constantly keeping score. That generosity is what opens up the flow for you to receive. Now, this is absolutely crucial. Your aura doesn't operate in a bubble. Your environment acts like a giant amplifier. The people you hang out with, the stuff you watch and read, it's all either cranking up the volume on the signal you want to send, or it's drowning it out with static. So managing your environment isn't just a nice idea, it's a non-negotiable part of this whole process. And that brings us to the final and maybe most important piece of this whole thing, embodiment. See, training is great, it's necessary, but the real goal? It's for this new, wealthy frequency to stop being something you're practicing and to just become who you are. It's your new normal. I love this metaphor. Your aura is a silent billboard. Seriously, everywhere you go, it's broadcasting your identity to the world. It's advertising who you are, what you believe you're worth, and how ready you are for the next level. So, what does your billboard say? And listen to this, because it's a game changer. The universe doesn't reward effort, it rewards aligned action. Think about that. You can hustle, you can grind 24/7, you can burn yourself out. But if all that action is fueled by fear and a feeling of not enough, it's just spinning your wheels. The real magic, the real progress, happens when what you do is perfectly in tune with the deep, unshakable belief that you are abundant. And one last thing. This isn't about just being positive when everything's going great. Anyone can do that. Your real energetic muscle, your aura, it gets stronger when you show up even when it's hard. It's about holding on to that feeling of certainty before the proof shows up in your bank account. That's the invisible test. And when you pass it, that's when the universe delivers the rewards in the visible world. So we're going to end right back where we started with that one simple question. Your aura is broadcasting right now. As you're listening to this, it's sending a signal. So what is it saying? What message are you sending out to the world right this second?